Hey there, Stitchers. How's it going? It's Jessie Marie from Jessie Marie Does Stuff here on FlossTube, and I am here with a works in progress update. I know I'm a few days late, but better late than never, right? That's my philosophy. So I have a lot to talk about, and so I'm not going to really give much preamble. I don't have a lot of progress on each of my projects per se, but I did work on a lot of projects. I think I have 8 here, which is just kind of obnoxious. So let's just, jump right in. So on February the 1st, we had the Cross Stitch It's Fun Valentine's Stitch Along. And for that stitch along, I chose to work on my February snowman. It was a freebie from the Vermilion Stitchery. So I'm going to go ahead and put up a photo here of where it was before the start of the stitch along. And then here is my progress. I probably should have folded all these beforehand, but I didn't. He's all done! How cute is that? I even did I do French knots? Yes, I did. On the letters, you see there's French knots there. And that's really all the French knots. So this was like, I think it worked out to be almost a year-long project for just a little guy. I just love him. I think he's super adorable. Part of the reason that this took so long is that I didn't have one of the blues. I was all out of it. And then part of the reason is I think I was stitching it for Valentine's Day last year, but then I wasn't going to get it done in time, and so I just decided to forego it until later, and so I got them all finished. I didn't get them finished on February the 1st, but it was pretty quick work. So there is my February snowman. Next, now none of these are going to be in any particular order because I don't really remember exactly what I stitched every day. I probably should keep track of those kinds of things, but anyway. So next is going to be my mini pearl, and I'll put up a picture here of where I was last time. Mini pearl is a Heaven and Earth design. The artist is Rachel Anderson, and mini pearl is going to be 2 in April. So I'll just go ahead and show you where I am now. If I can organize all of this. So there's Mini Pearl in all of her glory. She is 6 pages down. We are nearing the finish line. So that's Mini Pearl. And then I made a very meager start. This is spoiler alert. I made a very meager start on page 7 there, and will continue with her this month. So that is that. Oh, in case you're wondering, Thor is walking around. He's sounding a bit like a hog, actually. He's sniffing and snorting. He will probably make an appearance, as Thor does. So that's Mini Pearl. So I finished page 6, and I am over the halfway point, which is good. She's 12 pages. The last 3 pages are partials. They're half size, so getting there. Next, I have my Shadan, and I didn't work on this all that much in February. I'll go ahead and put up a picture here so you can see where I was last time. And here is where I am today. So I finished just that corner of part 4. Yeah, 4. No. I don't remember, part 3 or 4, one of the two. Anyway, I finished that corner. Really quick finish. So you will see here there are some rice stitches and some roads. And then in here there are some rice stitches in this corner motif here. Two color rice stitches. Pardon my awful nails, guys. I'm sorry. So that's that. And that's all I've done. I haven't picked it up to work on the other 3 corners yet. Spoiler alert, I'm probably going to do that this month. Okay. Next, we have my Mirabilia. So again, here's a picture so you can see where it was last time. I had no real intentions of working on this month, but it just kind of worked out that I could. And so this is what I got done. I guess that I stopped working on it in the middle of a strand. So I've got something hanging off there. So I finished the first piece of the sea of white that is her dress below her knee. So it's quite a big chunk there, finished on the bottom of her dress. Or, well, the bottom of the top of the skirt of her dress, if that makes sense. Anyway, so that part is done, and then I started working a little bit more on the skin, just trying to get some of that done because I am doing this 1/1. It's going to look a little funny right now because I don't have the other side of it done. Quick public service announcement. I may have made an error in previous videos. I stitch all of my Mirabilia's skin 1/1. Pretty much all of my projects that have skin, I stitch the skin 1/1. And I think that I made an error in not telling everybody that it's hard and it sucks. And pardon my language, but it's just not, it's not fun. It is tedious and it takes a lot of work. Your stitches don't look even, especially early on if you're not used to doing it. It's just a decision that I made a while back that that's what I was going to do, regardless of the project, regardless of anything. And so I encourage people to try it if they like the look of it, but just go into it knowing that it's not easy. And it's going to take some concentration and it's going to slow your stitching down tremendously. Petite point on 32 count or 28 count, you know, you're gonna expect to have to work at it. You're also gonna need some tools to help you, some vision enhancement because it's very tiny. And I would also suggest a paper pattern so that you can highlight as you go. Because unless you rechart it, excuse me, those big stitches mean 4 stitches, which can get a little bit confusing. So I just wanted to mention that I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's not for everybody. And Mirabilia's and Lavender and Lace and Passion Ricamos and all of those gorgeous ladies look phenomenal stitched 2/2. It's personal preference. That's all I'm going to say. Okay. Rant over. So then we had cross stitches fun. We had another stitch along, and this one was the Gloria and Pat Sal. Originally I had picked, I think, a Liberty Bear, but I have since revamped, obviously I've been saying it for weeks, my stitch along plans, and so instead I picked a different freebie, and this one is called Lucky Me. I have renamed her Shamrock. I'm not saying that right, but it's Irish for shamrock because it's Cat and she's wearing a dress, and it's got little shamrocks on it, so I named her Shamrock. And so I'm going to go ahead and put up a picture so you can see what it's supposed to look like when she's done. And then here is where I am. So there's her sweet little face, although she looks angry. Even finished, she's going to look angry. So this I am stitching on 18 count Ivory Ada, and I don't stitch on Ada very often anymore, so this is quite an experience. Also quite an experience is all of the fractional stitches that is in a Gloria and Pat pattern. It's unbelievable. I'm stabbing through the fabric. It's my least favorite thing to do. I almost switched over to an even weave, but I was making progress and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to stick with it. Because I also like, you know, well, if I switched over to an even weave, it would be the same size. So that, whatever that thought was, is useless now. Anyway, so I gridded using the water-soluble pen, and I gridded wrong, but it's okay. I can manage without it. I just thought that I would give the water-soluble pen a try, and why not on an Ada project with just DMC flosses. So that's that. And so she will go away until the St. Patrick's Day stitch along, because she qualifies for that as well. And then if I don't finish her then, I may save her for the Stitchy Companions sale, depending on how much I get done. So next I have another new start. So this would be my second new start. I have one finish and two new starts. And this, I'm going to, a couple of things. First of all, Nay's Stitching Needles. I want to say that that's her channel name. It's your fault that I started this. She recently posted a video / tag about your favorite designer, which I intend on doing myself, and I just completely turned my eyes towards long dog samplers. And so I got in contact with the designer for long dog samplers because I didn't want to wait for a paper chart from 123 Stitch. I was so impatient. I had fabric in my stash and I had the perfect idea. So got that chart ordered, have the PDF and everything. I'm super, super, super stoked. And so sort of the inspiration behind this is I needed a skein of, let's see, the color is 924, DMC 924 for my Shadan, and this was months ago. But I only needed the one color of DMC, but I was being lazy, so I wanted to order it online. But I didn't want to order one skein of DMC from 123 Stitch because not worth the shipping cost. And I didn't have an excess of funds at the time to order, you know, like other stuff to justify the shipping cost, as I do. So I looked on Amazon and I found 924 on Amazon. And I was like, for $3, but I get free shipping, yeah, I'll take it. Why not? And then I got to thinking, I'm like, did I really just pay $3 for one skein of DMC? Well, it arrived. And I think I actually ended up paying more than $3. I think that was probably, excuse me. I think I might have paid $5. Something like that. I mean, you know, reasonable. Still cheaper than the shipping from 123 Stitch. I didn't have to wait as long. You know, it was fine. Well, I got a box of 924, and that included 10 skeins of just this one deep dark green color, which I have not needed for any other project since. And I only needed it for just a little bit of my chatelaine. So I have, you know, 9.9 skeins worth of 924 hanging out in my stash. So I thought, well, I should do a monochromatic. And I've been like ruminating on this idea for a long time. And then I saw Nay's video and I was just like, you know what, this is, it's serendipitous, you know. So I started Opus 2 by Long Dog Samplers, and I'm going to go ahead and put up a picture here so you can see what it's supposed to look like when it's done. It was charted in a blue. Obviously, I'm doing mine in a deep dark green. So here is where I am at with it now. Let me see. Let me make sure I get it right side up. So there we go. So I'm stitching this 2/2 on a 32 count Belfast linen that I picked up from Hobby Lobby. Ooh, it's showing up way darker than it actually is. I owe that to the weather. It is getting ready to snow again. So it's really dark in here. But it's a deep dark green. It's like a foresty green. Lovely, lovely color. I really enjoy this. It's, you know, I don't have to think much about what I'm doing. I mean, you know, I have to think about what I'm doing, but I don't have to sort through colors. I don't have to figure anything out. I just grab a really long piece of one color and I'm good to go for a while. So I love this project, but as it turns out, one of you loves this project even more. Jen, I'm renaming my project Maggie because it's long dog sampler, and I know that your dog's name is Maggie, and I crack up every time. I'm indecisive. I've said this before. I'm super indecisive. And I'll be like, hey guys, you know, I'll be sitting on a hangout. Hey guys, you know, what do I work on next? And every single time, Jen is like, oh, long dog sampler, you should work on that. You should work on that. And, you know, every time I go to put, hey, what do I work on next? I know that I'm automatically going to have a vote for long dog sampler. So this is my Maggie project. And I'm even going to dedicate it to her. I don't know how, but I'm going to dedicate it to her. So, anyway, I'm really enjoying this. Working on this has made me think a lot about everybody that uses variegates for their monochromatics, because I wouldn't even know where to begin with this. Like, I wouldn't even know what to do with a variegated thread on a monochromatic such as this, because I just don't even know. I just don't even know. So anyway, love it, love it, love it. I was contemplating doing some of the smaller motifs in a different color, like an antique rose kind of color. DMC 223 is what I looked at. I thought that would be kind of cool, but I decided against it because this whole project is for 924. So it will all be in 924, and I can't wait for it to grow and get bigger. And so I started in the middle here. So this is the first great big huge motif right in the middle. So there's that. There's my Maggie. Okay, so one of these times when I was like, hey guys, you know, what do I work on? What do I work on? I don't know. I don't know what to work on. Danny was like, well, why don't you go work on Pearl? And I'm like, no, because I just finished a page on Pearl and I kind of need to have an art design break. And he was like, well, why don't you go work on Persephone? I'm like, no, because I don't want to work on any more of that white of her dress. But I know that that's the first thing that I have to get done. Or the next thing that I have to get done. And he's like, well, I can't help you. And I'm like, I can't help myself. So I went through my WIPs and I started flipping through all of my memory keepers. And I pulled the first one that grabbed my attention. And it was my Passion Riko 20-year celebration piece. And I haven't worked on this in quite some time. Certainly not in 2015 yet. So here is where I was the last you saw it. And I am still on that same vignette. Okay, this is one of those unwieldy ones that I'm going to have to unwrap and then reorganized because she's so big. So big. Okay, so are you coming to say hi? You gotta say hi. Are you gonna say hi? Say hi. Say hi to your fans. They all love you. You go, boy. They love you. Yeah. Okay, you get down. Get down. Get down. Where's your bottle? Huh? Go get it. Okay, so here is where I am now with this. Ugh, I can't ever figure this out. Am I doing this right? So I worked on her skin and I've gotten a lot of her face done. Gosh, you know, she has so much skin, it takes a lot. But her ear and her face are done. I still have to backstitch. There's a lot of colors in her skin. But I'm getting there. And then I worked some on her hair. So starting to reach the bottom here. But I didn't work on this for very long, and I'll tell you why. This piece, this part here, has beads in it. And I am itching to do some beading. Like, I want to do some beading so bad that I almost went out and bought one of those Mill Hill beaded kits. Or I almost started beading my chatelaine. I want to bead so bad. And Danny was like, you need to get a project that's like a super high level of beading and just leave it there for a while so that when you get in these moods, you can go bead some and then try to work out some of that aggression. He's right. So I'm looking at, I saw the most beautiful thing on Facebook about a week and a half ago, maybe something like that, where somebody had done a conversion of an Alessandra Adelaide from 2 colors of floss to 2 colors of beads. And so the entire design is stitched in beads. And I'm obsessed. I love that whole concept. So I'm looking at a great big Alessandra Adelaide pattern to do the same thing. Because I love it. I love the idea. So stay tuned for that. That might be coming soon. Who knows? Okay, we're down to the last one. The last one is my Under the Moonlight stitch along from Passion Riko. So here's where I was last time. And as you may recall, I had parts 9 and 10 to work on in February. And so we'll start with part 9. If I can ever figure out this fabric. I'm never working on a piece that's this big ever again. Of course I would say that. So there's part 9. And so what you have here is, there is the rock. On this side, this looks to be a part of her fin that's coming down. And these flowers here are stitched in 95% Petite Treasure Braid. That was a lot of fun. Not. Let's see, what else about part 9? Oh, the kit. Thor can't help himself. Hi, honey. I know, we're not talking about you. You don't like it. You go away. Hey, Thor. Where's your bottle? Where's your bottle? Huh? Where's your bottle? Get down. Where's your bottle? Okay, the kit that I ordered for this, I'm peeved. Because apparently I didn't get one of the Petite Treasure Braid colors that I needed. And I didn't know it until I got to this part 9, and it was one of the purples in there. And so yeah, that was not cool. So I had to order that separate, and Petite Treasure Braid only supplies to brick and mortar stores, so 123 Stitch doesn't carry it. I've placed an order with Stitching Bits and Bobs before that I wasn't impressed with. Can't find it on Amazon. Like, it's just, ugh, it's a pain in the butt. I managed to find one from Canada, but, you know, it's just annoying. I paid for this kit, and I didn't even get everything that I needed. But, c'est la vie. So then, part 10 is over here, and it's the waves crashing on the rock. Thor says hello very loudly. Yes, you say hi very loud. We're almost done, okay? We're almost done. We're almost done. Yes. So waves crashing on the rock. my assumption is that our mermaid friend will be sitting on this rock. So we'll see what happens there. Love the water. Oh, it looks so cool. You know, you're sitting up close to it and you're like, gosh, that doesn't look like anything. And then you step back and it's like, wow, that really does look like waves. I mean, it's got the curls and, oh, love it. Very much looking forward to seeing this one grow some more. And it will, because March means parts 11 and 12 are coming. So that's my works in progress for February. Quite a lot. Like I said, touched a lot of projects, but didn't really make a ton of progress. So, but that's alright, because February is a super, super short month. So that is it for this video. I'm going to record my March plans video, which will be super short, here in a bit. And I also, heads up to FlossTube, I'm going to be posting a bookish video on my channel here coming up maybe today, maybe not till tomorrow. So, you know, just if you don't like books, then feel free to skip that video. So with that, I just wanted to say thank you to subscribers. You are what makes this community possible. I know all of us have said, I never imagined myself getting more than 10 subscribers. And really, I mean really, it's true. Didn't imagine it growing to the extent that it is now. I'm just forever in awe of how big and how cool our community is. You guys are the greatest. So, thank you. And so, I'm going to go hang out with my Thor butt, and I am going to record my March plans video, and so I will catch you cool kids later. Alright, happy stitching. Bye, y'all.